Good day, my name is Brendan Girdler-Brown and I'll be facilitating the second week of Learning in Public Health 779. I hope you enjoy the week. It's very important because everything you do for the rest of this program will build upon what you learned during this week. So please pay a lot of attention and spend as much time as necessary in order to master the materials of this week. During this second week, the focus is really on two different kinds of statistical software. Don't worry, Epidata, the first one, is free to download, and Stata, the second one, is usually not free. However, as long as you are registered with the University of Pretoria for School of Public Health, Health Systems and Public Health programs, you are free to download a license that will last for 1 calendar year, free of charge. So that's included in your fees. So we're going to learn about Epidata, then we're going to go on to learn about Stata. Epidata is the software that we use for data entry, and for data management. And Stata is the software that we use to analyze the data, to perform hypothesis tests, prepare graphs, and so on. The first 2 days of the week will be devoted to learning about how to use Epidata, which is free software that you can download from the internet. Don't worry, we're going to show you how to do that too. The days 3, 4, and 5 are devoted to introduction to how to make use of Stata, which is the software you will be using to analyze data. Epidata is the software we use to collect and enter data, and then we export the data from Epidata into Stata, which is the second software, which is the one that you use to analyze the data. So it might take a full 5 days, but actually the plan is for the second session on Stata to really just be Wednesday, Thursday, and half day on Friday. But it's up to you how well and consistently you work and manage to learn the material. Now I've listed for you here the learning outcomes for days 1 and 2 and the learning outcomes for days 3, 4, and 5. I'm not going to go through them at this stage. It may not make an awful lot of sense to you now, but you should come back to these learning outcomes, and as you learn them, tick them off the list. Now for this part of the module, we only require you to obtain the textbook Ehrlich and Joubert. It's available in the library, and there is an e-form, so you can take it out electronically, although you will be rationed because there are only 10 students allowed to take it out at one time. It's strongly recommended that you purchase your own copy of the textbook. Just order it through Take-A-Lot and you'll get it within a few days, provided you pay for it online. But because you're going to be using this textbook throughout your course, it's prescribed for just about every module that you do with us. However, for this particular week of Learning in Public Health, we only require you to look at Chapter 9. So the focus will be on Chapter 9. Now the other resource, of course, which I'm sure you're all familiar with, is to use Wikipedia and the internet, especially for unfamiliar terms. You'll hear me talking about probabilistic sampling and you'll think, what on earth is that? Go and look it up. Please don't bombard me with emails to do that work for you. We have the internet now, and you can look those terms up as and when you encounter them. Focusing now on the first 2 days, I'll come back to days 3, 4, and 5 later on in the week. There are 3 submissions of work that are required in these first 2 days. There's a knowledge check. When you submit that, you'll get 4 points. That's basically to do with your sampling exercise in Excel. And there are 2 file submit tasks. The first one with 15 points is where you submit an Epidata file. The second one with 6 points is when you submit a Stata file. You'll encounter the details as the course progresses. All that remains now is to welcome you on the course again and to wish you all the best for the next year or two, depending on how long you plan to take completing the course. I really hope that you will enjoy it and that you'll find what you learn in this course very, very useful for your research, for those of you who are going to go on and do research or maybe continue with the master's program.